Good evening. I feel like with this mask on, I should be like, good evening, Clarice. Y'all, we got us an agenda. How y'all doing? I missed y'all. Hopefully you can hear me and everything. I see y'all started. Oops, my bad. I didn't realize I had the chat in another window. Okay, so we got Monica in the house. Hello, Monica. We got Miss Lynn in the house. Jesse's in the house. Mary Vaughn is in the house. Thankful one. Hello. My little sister, my fake little sister, my real fake little sister, Sarah. How you doing, boo? Miss Swissy. Ain't no party like a Miss Swissy party because a Miss Swissy party don't stop. Hello, y'all. So we have an agenda here. So I'm going to start off with my Cowboy Carter recap. Then we're going to get into PDRN. And if you don't know what that is, it's something for your skin, so don't worry. Then we are talking about textured skin. Then we are talking about post peel skincare. And then we're talking about rebound hyperpigmentation. Okay. Is that Trini in the house? Oh God. But look at Trini. Oh God. Oh my gosh. All right. I'm trying to fire this up. I forgot to do this yesterday. Usually my red light days are Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And I don't know what the heck I was doing. Oh, I had a photo shoot this morning. So last night I was doing everything. I was getting my nails done. Well, yes, not last night really, but yesterday I was getting my nails done. Um, Getting the stuff ready for the shoot. Oh, this ain't plugged into nothing. I was like, what happened? I gotta plug it into there. You know what's funny? When I put it on the what you call it? When I put it on the thumbnail, I was like, "Ooh, this looks like it says porn." But I'm like, you know what? I'm a leave it. Oh, look at this. If anyone here uses Tatcha on Saturday, they'll be offering a really good deal on QVC. We love not only um okay, did I put that on? Is that on? We love not only someone who knows the deals. Oh, there, now it's on. We know not only someone who knows the deals, but also someone who shares. All right, let me remove this. So I'm gonna attempt to stay. I'm gonna attempt to stay on agenda tonight. So as you know, I missed last week's live because I went to go see Cowboy Carter for the second time. Now let me tell you something. Beyonce. Oh, oh no, I didn't charge it. Oh, I'm gonna see how much it could give me before it blanks out again. But I sure as heck did not charge this. All right. So what I'll do is, if it goes out again, I'm gonna have to plug the charger in, and then we're gonna do a different device. All right. Nope, it does not scare him because his behind is so inquisitive. Let's see. All right, so I'm gonna have to charge this. That's okay. I will charge it. Ooh. So, and then charging this is pretty. I done unthing this instead of. All right, hold on, y'all. I got to multitask, but I be trying to multitask, but I ain't got no attention span. So, like, how that be working? But you stick your USB C right in there, and boom. Wait, is this plugged in though? I'm like, is the charger plugged in? Okay. So we're gonna put that off to the side to charge. What we gonna do this? All right. So I went to go see. I went to go see Beyonce twice. Pretty much last week. Okay. And we Here we go. Okay. So we can do things twice. All right. So I wanted to bring some photos up. So I went to see Beyonce. First, I went to the Saturday show. First of all, let me tell you the drama behind this concert, right? Because there's always got to be some drama going on. So the backstory is, when did I buy my tickets? I want to say I bought the tickets in either like a couple months ago, and in March I started thinking, okay, let me figure out my outfit, and I wanted to wear a long lace skirt, white lace skirt with a white like a little bra top or something or whatever, and then a blazer with a white or beige cowboy hat, which I was like, girl, your head is big. So finding a nice cream or off white whatever cowboy hat would have been a tall feature, but that's what I wanted to wear. But then we started getting like 80-degree weather out of nowhere in like April, and I was like, oh, I might need to change my outfit. So then I changed the outfit. It was this cute little denim dress with I don't know if at that point I had the accessories yet. But then all of a sudden it started being mad cold, like in May. And it was like raining. And I'm like, what the helly? What the Beyonce for the Beyonce? So I had to change my outfit. Then what's funny is what I wound up wearing was kind of sort of what I wanted to wear. And so let me show you the outfit. Let me go on my Instagram. I think I have a let me share my screen. Show you what I wore. And then if you remember what and I be forgetting sometimes to post pictures on the YouTube community. I'm gonna try to do better with that, but sometimes like I used to have an assistant, but now it's me doing that. Not it'd be a lot. But anyway, if you guys remember, I think it was the last live that we did. I was showing you a bunch of things that like I wanted to wear and yada yada yada, and trying to figure things out. I had a package that was supposed to come that Friday. It did not arrive. It came that Saturday. Saturday was the day of the concert, but it all came together for what I wanted. And here's what I wore. So this is me. If you guys watched the last video, you'll notice that, I can't really like point. Oh wait, maybe you can see my cursor. I don't know. But to my left is Yasmin, my trainer. The I was about to say the devil, but like let me she not the devil, but she the devil, if that makes sense. Then in the middle you got me, and then to my right you got my friend Melissa. And let me tell you, so I should have a picture of me by myself with this outfit on. Can I zoom in? Does it allow me to zoom in? I don't think so. But this little bra top thing was from not Forever 21. What's the other place? Fashion Nova. The shorts I had in my closet, the fishnets I had in my closet, the boots I got last minute at Akira. I went into the Akira store that Friday morning, which was like a damn near an hour drive with traffic, and it was raining. Akira, if you still go into like the Atlanta shows, the Texas shows, the Vegas shows, or whatever, if you have an Akira store in your state, good. If not, go to shopakira.com. They have so many cute cowboy themed things that don't cost an arm and a leg. Like these boots. Let me see if I got. You gotta put the memes. So this is my outfit. Oh, the earrings are Forever 21. Fashion Nova. The leather bandana is from a Black-owned business called The Rare Basics. They have some cute stuff, but I do think that the leather bandanas are sold out. I got on a belt here that I got from ASOS, and then the little pouch thing is from Amazon. And let me see if I have something where you can see the boots. Me and Melissa was carrying on. Yasmin was carrying on too, but she a little more conservative, which is crazy because she's younger than us. And then let's see, we was in the sophisticated nosebleeds. We was in the sophisticated nosebleeds. Let me tell you something. The way they had me stressing buying these damn tickets. I don't think this thing is charging. Is it in the computer? You know what? Hold on, y'all, because I want to be able to charge. Y'all look at Yonsei while I'll be back in 2 seconds. All right, I'm back because I was like, look, man, we got to multitask here, y'all. Put this in right here. Stay there. And in the meantime, we gonna get our hair red light device up. Yeah. Now, you know what's funny? What I like about these lives, this how I be acting. This how I be acting. I be on the FaceTime with my friends, trying to do 10 million things at one time, knowing fully well I ain't got the mental capacity to be doing all of that. All right. Okay, here we go. Our little niece Blue, okay. Little meme. Beyonce was flying up in the air. Oh, I was gonna tell you about the tickets. But we had a good time. So, like, next time I get Beyonce concert tickets, I'm not doing the Beehive pre-sale. I feel that the Verizon pre-sale. So if you have a Verizon account, I think that the Verizon pre-sale is at least this year it was the best bet to get better tickets. I couldn't get the better tickets because I had already bought, because the Beyonce Beehive pre-sale was first, and then they had the Verizon pre-sale, and you're limited to 4 tickets during the pre-sale, and I had bought 4 tickets because it was 4 of us all together. And if you're wondering who the 4th person was, it was Melissa's husband. So we just up in here grooving or whatever. I was not hot. I mean, not hot. I was not cold at all. It was like 50 something degrees at night in the concert, and MetLife Stadium is an open air stadium, so like there was all of this breeze. Yasmin's behind was cold, but my old ass, I was like, I'm good, like moving around and whatnot. I was good. Here go Yasmin again. I like how the girl in the purple above Yasmin is like smiling. Wait, hopefully this thing is moving too. And okay, good. All right, because sometimes I be talking, moving stuff, and then it don't even be showing on y'all's end. Oh, I forgot to hit start. Okay, then here go our niece Blue again. I will never forget the people who used to talk about this little girl from when she was a baby and her hair. Oh, I hate that. And if you was one of them, you need to repent. Rumi, little Miss Rumi, our other little niece. And then here's the full outfit. So these boots I got from Akira. They were buy one, get one 50% off. Did I show y'all? No, because I went to the Akira store Friday. We had the live Thursday, and then I went to the Akira store Friday, so I didn't show y'all. I would get up again, but I feel like, first of all, I'm connected to the wall for the next 24 minutes. So if it's online, I'll show you what I did with the other boot that I got online. But honestly, this was like the perfect outfit for the weather because we were outside. I stuffed a pair of knee-high socks in the boots. That was perfect. The only thing, and then once I put the bandana on, I had something covering my head and something keeping my feet warm. And then we were dancing around. So I never felt cold. I brought a sweater coat with me that somebody actually tried to borrow to like rent for $20 because her little sister was so cold. And I was like, yeah, I would love to help out, but what if I get cold, girl? But I wound up having to give it to Melissa because she got a little cold. One thing I would have loved was another because like the knee high socks were quite thin, and I've got a little space. Not like the boots are too big for me, but there's a little space in there that I wish I would have put some like socks that had a little padding because like the pads of my feet were like from all of that, dancing around and moving around, the pads of my feet were hurting a little bit. Not hurting where it was like, oh my God, I can't walk, but like, damn, I wish I had a little extra cushion. But I love these freaking boots. So here's my outfit. That's what I wore the first time around. And I loved it. Then I'm gonna have to keep this on mute. Then we got through the stages of grief after Beyonce concert. Well, I think this one is done. Yeah, we finished this. Like, and this is going viral right now. It's so crazy how many people felt the same. Somebody left a comment saying anything of that nature that has that effect on you that it's not God is not of God. I was like, girl, shut up. So then I was like, all right, boom. Part 2, stages of grief. Because I was like, and then boom, I was up at the Beyonce again. So let me show you my night 2 outfit. First, let me make sure. Okay. Hello, everyone who just joined. When I'm looking at the other screen, I can't see the chat because it's in a different thing. You the friend that's always like, oh my God, I'm gonna come back to the chat. Let me show y'all this and then I'm gonna come back to the chat so we can stay on track with our agenda. So this is my night 2 outfit. Now, I was expecting for me to be able to get a ticket for like 50% off. That did not happen. Somebody was like, how was the last minute prices? I was like, girl, they was giving first minute prices. Okay. They was the same. The last minute tickets was the same as them first minute tickets. So this is actually the denim dress that I bought from Akira earlier in May. But I had to put the jacket on because it was kind of cold. But then the crazy thing is, it wound up being so warm and humid that I wound up taking the jacket off, and I had on knee-high socks, and I remembered the padded socks underneath. I had to take both them things off because I got so hot. But then I wound up putting the padded socks back on because I was like, "Girl, we about to be 44 in August. We got to pad the feet." So, it's my look or whatever. And this time I bought floor seats. I was by myself. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get me a little floor seat. If you were ever thinking about going to, I can't speak for any other artists because I don't really be going to everybody concert like that unless it's like the Wu-Tang Clan. Wu-Tang. But if you were thinking about going to a concert and you want to go, like you don't have anybody to go with, and you're like, I want to go by myself, but I'm so nervous. Beyonce concert is the perfect place to go by yourself because when you're around the Beehive, you are never really alone. Okay? Because the girl and her mama next to me, we was vibing. The guy next to me, it's so funny. We vibe so much that we are sending each other voice notes back and forth on Instagram. Like, so this is me before the concert. And this lady behind me with the cowboy hat right here above my shoulder. she was also really cool too. We was all vibing. Now, and when we was all vibing is when I realized, like, girl, you don't know none of the lyrics to Cowboy Carter. Like, I got the vibe and I know like the melodies, but I do not know the words. When the guy next to me um was singing the words, like, you know, like how you sing to your friend or whatever, we was doing that. He knew the words, I didn't. I was just giving vibes. I was like, la, 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 doo, 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 doo. I ain't know no words. All right, then, like, at one point, oh, let me tell you. So this guy, he in the beginning of the show, like, we introduce ourselves or whatever, and I'm like, yo, you think I got time for a snack? Because I knew this show was starting, but I wasn't sure when. He was like, yo, let's go for it, because I gotta go to the bathroom. So we running, and then like he grabs my hand to like run me through the crowd. He gay, y'all, so it's not like, you know. So we running through the crowd. He's like holding my hand, and I'm like, ah. So then he goes to the bathroom. I go to the concession stand. But then the concert's starting. Somehow we managed to like link back up again. And he's like, come on, girl. And we like running, da 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 da. And we got there in time. And he was like, she's coming. And this is him. This is my friend. He is from France. I don't want to tell all his business because he is not, you know, like a content creator or anything like that. But he was so fun. And we've been chatting in Instagram DM, for, like, you know, sending voice notes back and forth. Like, I'm pretty, like, this is the only time that night I knew the words. It was so, oh my God, this was so much fun. The costumes, please. Oh, first of all, now she does change wardrobe up a bit for each stop because she was wearing stuff at the New York, New Jersey show that I don't really, I wasn't trying to watch the clips online too tough before my show because I was like, well, I want to watch the show in, you know, in person. But I did notice some new stuff that she was wearing that I hadn't seen online because like my friend Melissa kept sending me the clips anyway. And I was like, okay. But this jumpsuit, it's this and it was another dress that she had. I'm not quite sure what the technology is. I want to say there was like LED light or something like that, but it would flash something different. So at certain points, this looked like a full red with glitter jumpsuit with no tassels at first. You weren't even seeing the tassels, right? Then it changes, and all of a sudden, you're seeing like the little tassels on her boobs, the tassels coming down, the stars, the white glitter. At one point, I was like, am I high? Because I ain't do nothing, but am I high somehow? Because, you know, people be smoking weed around you. Did I get a contact high? Because why is Beyonce's outfit changing before my very eyes? Before my very eyes. And then Melissa was like, girl, is her outfit changing? Or am I going crazy? And I was like, okay, it's not just me. Like, phenomenal. I got to turn the AC on because it is hot in here now. Because I got excited talking about this damn concert. All right. Well, I had the thermostat off. Honey. Okay. Let that thing kick on. But yeah, that was beautiful. Here I am again. You see, like, I think you can tell it's hot in there because you like it's glistening. I'm glistening. You know? Did I know the words here? Who knows? I think this is she comfortable in my skin, cozy with who I am, comfortable in my skin, cozy. You know? The finale. Boom, boom, boom. Y'all, the next day I had to get up in the morning to do some business. I don't know how I did it, but the following morning, I had my cowboy hat on. I was like, excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry that I might look a little slow, but I went to the Cowboy Carter last night. They was like, did you just come here straight from me? I was like, no, y'all, I bathed, washed my face, put my makeup on, but I ain't comb my hair, so which is why this cowboy hat is on. Okay, so that is my little recap. I will say that I'm more inspired to wear like Western themed stuff because I have some stuff that I didn't wind up returning, and I'm just gonna incorporate it into my like. I don't know what's going on back there. I'm just gonna incorporate it into my like every day. Like, why not? All right, let me see what y'all was talking about while I was blabbing. Oops. Yes, I hit this by accident, but good thing I did. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you, Mercedes. All right. Let's see what y'all was up in here saying. Oh, P.S. We talked about this already, but if you just joined, if you use Tatcha, they will be offering a really good deal on QVC. And then also just a reminder, this is our agenda. So after this little recap, we're going to talk about PDRN. These are some topics that I put on a community post, and I didn't put these topics. I put up a community post saying what do y'all want to talk about. You guys left these in the comments, so I was like, all right, boom, we talk about that. We could talk about that. So just so you know what the agenda is. Should I walk with SBF during Baltimore Carnival? I need a one and done. Yes, ma'am. Because what's gonna happen is you're gonna be walking and sweating and ting. And I don't know if they throw water at Baltimore Carnival or not. But then if you once you get wet, the sunscreen you gotta put it on again. So carry something with you. I would say to carry go to the drugstore and get something from the like the travel size kind of things, and then see if you could stick it somewhere in your costume. I would probably get a spray for Carnival because I feel like doing all of this. I mean, you still got to rub the spray in, but I feel like having a lotion in your hand and doing all of this is a lot to be on the road and doing all of that. So I would get like a little spray and then maybe put it in your bra or whatever. All right. Let's see. Another person who went night 1 and night 5. Oh, and we were born the same year. Look at you. You so cute. Hey, Skrink, 1981. I went shows night 2 and night 5. Like, the fact that Beyonce had 5 shows, MetLife Stadium seats about 80,000 people. Now, they're only going to, use this. They're not going to seat people behind the stage. So at this point, I'm thinking this is like 65,000, maybe 70,000, maybe a little bit, maybe 75,000 seats, viable seats to sell. And then she had 5 nights. Like, what? All right. Aw. I'm looking at y'all's comments. You guys love the looks. Thank you. I never have luck in those stores. You know what? Let me tell you something about Akira though. Like I don't like shopping in store because it's just too much going on, and then like I'm tall, so like the jeans ain't gonna be long enough or whatever. But I really lucked out as I wound up buying some stuff that I didn't wear that I'm still gonna keep and like wear other other occasions or whatever. But I will say that store, I would prefer to buy from that store online because online, if you buy something, you can return it and get your money back. And the store, they just give you store credit and all accessories are final sale, which I found out the hard way because I had this disco. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find a video of this hat that I bought, and I wound up giving it away on my IG stories, and I actually mailed out the person's hat. Was that today or yesterday? But let me show y'all. They said, "Oh, I also need to announce the giveaway, the membership giveaway. I wanted to do that on this live. I forgot to put it in the agenda, but I remembered here. But let's hope I remember again. I want to show you this video of this hat. Where is it? I put it in my stories. Why is it like? Oh, I wonder if it didn't save because I did it in Instagram. All right, let's see if this will let me go in my archives on Instagram on the web. Let's see. Um, all right. I don't think it's gonna let me go in my archives. Maybe I could just show y'all from the phone because the story done expired. Oh, I'm hungry. What y'all eating for dinner? Let me know while I'm looking at this, and then I'll look at y'all's comments. Okay, so basically that's me saying I bought this, I can't return it. Oh, Georgia or Nevada. I bought these accessories. I actually wound up buying a lot of stuff because, like the weather changed drastically in New York. So I just bought a bunch of stuff at Akira. And I didn't realize that the accessories were final sale. So I'm like, I have no use for this hat. But I know that someone going to one of the shows, like I feel like this is going to add to your outfit. And then I also have this horseshoe belt. Let me show you. So this is what the belt looks like. Okay, these are brand new items. The tag is somewhere. There it is. Tag's still on it. This has not been worn. So yeah, so I wound up giving that away because Akira was like, it's final sale, and I didn't realize that. I was like, God damn it! But when you order from them online, you can get a full refund. I'm not sure on the accessories, but you can get a full refund on the clothes at least. Have you noticed improvements with the red light eye machine? Yes. As a matter of fact, I posted this video. This goes to show me that YouTube don't be showing y'all my videos. It kind of makes sense the way Instagram, the way YouTube works, because it shows you recommended. Because I also don't see videos from people that like I want to see videos from, unless that's like similar to what unless they post something that's similar to what I've been watching lately. But a lot of times, like I'll get videos from people I don't even follow, or like I'll be watching the video so much that I'm not subscribed, but I've been watching the videos thinking I'm subscribed, and then I look and I'm like, oh, I'm not subscribed. Which, by the way, you could be watching my videos hard and not, be subscribed. All right, but let me share my screen here real quick and show you the video. Comfortable in my skin, cozy with who I am. Comfortable in my skin, cozy. So it's this video right here. Everything I did for my hollow under eyes and dark circles. I posted it 2 weeks ago. So please check it out. Check it out. Wait, let me. How do I go back to? Oh Lord. I got so many tabs open that I lost. Where's the YouTube screen? There it is. Okay. So it's this video here that I have done for my under eye areas has helped me to look younger now at 43 than I did at 33. I look refreshed, as if I... Okay, so I think you get the idea there. So please check that out. But yeah, I have found that I'm the friend that's always like, no, not always. A lot of times am I the friend that's always like, no? A lot of times, like, because I have one friend that I have to consistently lie to and say that things are an hour earlier than what they are. Because I'm like, I know she about to be on some BS. But I love her though. Cold Diva is in the house. She just got in. How's everybody doing? Hey, girl. Verizon and Capital One pre-sale. Yep. I was so shocked that the Beehive pre-sale wasn't as good as the Verizon one. And then I couldn't anyway. Staying warm doing body rolls. We love a multifunctioning queen. Spell the name of this store. Oh, sure. Akira. And then let me give you the link to the store. Like they have some cute stuff. And I don't know what size they go up to, but they have. I've seen like 2x. I don't know if they have 3x or whatever, but they go up. They go up to a 2x, which that's not the biggest, but it's better than some of these stores that be like, all right, we only go up to a extra medium. Oh, Cold Diva says she only goes to concerts by herself. Yes, because you know what? Sometimes your musical taste might not match up with your friends, and that's okay. You're gonna make me buy another ticket in Atlanta. Listen. Oh my God, I was just saying this to my new French friend. um that like I would love to, because she starts her London shows. Well, they probably finished already, because London is 5 hours of well, I can't remember if it's 5 or 4 hours because we jumped ahead. So they might be less ahead, but the concert is probably just finished. People are on their way home. Night five prices were diabolical. I took the train from Connecticut thinking I was going to snag $50 tickets. And that was the thing too. I was nervous because I was like, all right, I'm seeing this one, because I didn't want to be on the floor and in the back. Because it's like, if I'm in the floor and in the back, I might as well go to section 100, which is going to be a much better experience because I'll be, higher up and I'll be able to see better. But there was only one seat left in the row that I was in. It was section 11, row 2. And no, yeah, row 2. And the way that it was angled, because section 11 was kind of like almost like a pie slice, even though I was the third seat in from the aisle, I didn't have to be like, oh, excuse me, jumping over people. There was enough space for me to just boop and then come in, boop. All right. If I have a new brother-in-law. Listen, I feel like the universe is going to bring me somebody amazing when I'm ready. I mean, I could be ready now, but it's a lot of BS out there though. I'm like, mm-mm. And I'm not looking for nothing crazy. I want a vibe. Like, I want to be like, go stand up there and give me a 2-hour stand up. Like, I want somebody fun to be around, caring, you know, drive me around. Cause I'm tired of driving, y'all. Oh Lord, I'm tired of driving. All right. I've never gone to a B concert. Listen, girl, for Act 3, I have to get in the pit. I need to be close up for Act 3. Hopefully she does a concert for Act 3. Um Oh damn! Did you sell them at least? I would hate that if you wasted that money, Miss Saucy. How did she change outfit before your very eyes? I think it was the LED lights kind of like changed the illusion, or how the outfit reflected to us. All right. Please remind me of this. I want to go towards along with the agenda, but please remind me of this if we have time at the end. I would like to go through that. Um right. Like, come on, give me my money. But I was okay with getting the store credit because then I knew I could use it online, and I've shopped at Akira before and have liked it. It just got me some extremely bad news. I hope you guys all have a great night and weekend ahead. Much love. Oh my gosh, I missed this. Oh no, sorry, little sis. What's going on? Do we need to? Ooh, do we need to send an SOS? I don't think that other thing is gonna charge in time. So let me put my moisturizer on. In the meantime, little sis. I don't think she's still in here because that was sent at 8:34 and it's now 8:44. I love football. Said hi, hello. I picked up a chicken fingers from Rafferty's. Do I know Rafferty's? Do they have Rafferty's in Georgia? Because I might have passed by it, but I don't think I've had it before. I'm like, let me do like this so that I can use my right hand to scroll at the comments. Curry rice with curry goat with rice and peas vinegar. And I wanted to go to Trin City today, but y'all, I wound up taking the illest nap. So, HelloFresh sauces and roasted pepper pasta. Okay. All right. I think. Yeah, I got a guy with that. Yo, I was so pissed. Like, what? What the helly? What the helly on? Put my glasses on, cause okay, we at that age. Well, I'm at that age. Oh, you going international for Act 3? It's 1:40 a.m. here in England. Hello, everyone. Hello. I don't know why I'm ignore me. Hello. Pip pip cheerio. Ignore me. If a man approaches me at this point, I'm taking it as a threat and calling for the nearest law enforcement officer. You know what's funny? I so what I've been doing is, and I'm gonna do this again because we're having game night in my building. We were supposed to have it in the common room, but somebody reserved the room because we was not paying money to reserve a room for game night. So I was like, y'all, we can have it in here, and if it doesn't rain, even better because then we can go in my outdoor space. So I'm gonna mention this to them at game night. But what I've been doing lately is telling all of my friends, like, look, I'm open to being set up. So because I feel like dating is a lot of work. Like you have to be really intentional about it. And I just don't have it in me right now. But if like, someone who knows someone that can vouch for someone, and then I can get the vibe and kind of, know that the person's not like an axe murderer or something, then that'll be fun. But yeah, some of these people out here are crazy. Oh, back in 2012, I don't think they had the option to resell online. Plus, it was last minute. Damn. Homemade healthy burritos. Okay, go ahead, Mercedes. All right. Oh, I'm caught up. All right. So now, next on the agenda, we're going to talk about PDRN. And no, that doesn't say porn, even though it does kind of look like it could say porn. Now, PDRN is actually an acronym, and I'm going to have to look up the acronym because I know it's like poly something ribonucleotide or whatever. No, I probably should have typed in what does PDRN stand for. And I actually got PDRN treatment in Korea when I went in January. Polydexeoribonucleotide, which is why they have an acronym. Polydexeoribonucleotide. PDRN, okay? PDRN. So basically, it's salmon sperm, salmon DNA, which is similar to the DNA of human skin. So basically, you can get this in two ways that I know of thus far. You can get it topically. There's a lot of topical skincare here in the US that has the PDRN. However, there's also where you can inject it into the skin. I would say that you'll get better results with injecting it into the skin. However, I don't believe that's FDA approved yet here in the States, which is why, excuse me, which is why sometimes you'll see people going to South Korea to get it done. South Korea is heavy, heavy, heavy on the beauty. They even have concierge services for, people who are coming from other countries and you're trying to figure out, which doctor do I go to or, blah, 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 blah. It's intense. We went, I was invited by a Korean brand, so I didn't pay for anything. And we went to the place and we had like this consultation. The place is absolutely beautiful. We had this consultation and I remember asking her about like, yo, how much is Botox? Because I usually get Botox underneath my eyes. I haven't had it done in a while. But I was like, well, shoot, since I'm in Korea, since I'm here, let me get a little something extra. And then so there were translators. So the translator asked, and then they came back and was like, "Oh, well, the reason why you have the wrinkles is because you've got excess skin or something, and you need surgery to take the skin out." And I was like, "It's okay. Thank you for the information. I will not be, I will not be removing skin today or any other day, other than like the skin I removed from my breast reduction." um, so basically, with the PDRN, a lot of times people will combine it with another treatment. Um, I've seen people like I would okay. Let me back up. So the treatment, when you get it injected, it's similar-ish to microneedling, and I did a video on it. Let me pull up the video so we can have some visuals here. But definitely check out the video because the video I'm definitely goes very much in depth with the PDRN treatment. Um, why is it not? Oh, because I'm on the live tab. I'm like, why isn't it pulling up? PDRN. All right, I don't think I put Korea. I probably put salmon sperm as the title. It's exactly what I did. Okay, so let me share my screen with you guys. You can see what the video looks like. Boom. So here's this one with a whole bunch of needles on my face. And so let me see if I could kind of show you the procedure itself. I likened it to microneedling. So like it can be up to 700 injections in your face. And a lot of times it's one of those, I believe it's a tool where you've got multiple little prongs. So it's not like they have to individually put all of these things. Like one prong could have like, I don't know, 20 little things. I don't know. I just made that up with the 20. I'm not quite sure how many, but it's definitely more than one. So it's not like they have to pass it a bunch of times. But they'll either, I've seen people get it just underneath their eyes, and I got it all over on the face. Um so this is me. This is me getting it, before getting numbed and everything before the treatment. And you feel it. There was people in my group that said that they didn't feel it, and I was like, "Are you alive?" Like, girl, like what do you mean? What the hell do you mean you didn't feel this? So this is somebody, and then you can get these like little bumps. I had little bumps. Mine weren't as pronounced as hers, but like you could see, like I think you could see here what I was talking about with like, come back, come back, come back. Okay. Wait. All right. There we go. You see how like you can see like multiple, like the device thing is like is that a square? Or is that a rectangle? Well, let's call it a square. There's a bunch of little needles in there. I don't know how many needles are in there, but you can see like there's like multiple little dots at one time after one pass. So it's like multiple little, going through the skin. And it hurts. It's not like unbearable, but it's like on this fatty part of my face, it wasn't so bad. But once they got to like my forehead, it was like, yeah, basically like that. This is one of the girls who said she ain't feel nothing. Aisha. I was like, Aisha, are you alive, Aisha? like what's happening? Did you pass away on this trip? Let me stop. That's not funny. But but check that out. So with PDRN, the idea, it's can you call it a biostimulator? I guess you can call it a biostimulator because the idea is to inject this salmon sperm, which is close to our DNA, in order to rejuvenate the skin. So basically, it's like tricking the skin into producing, the juicy, beautiful new skin cells a little quicker. I will say, because I see you guys asking if I oh, thank you. You like how I have my scarf fashion in the video? Thank you. I see a couple of you asking if I saw results. So I would say that no, I didn't see results. However, um, this is not something that you get one treatment and then that's it. This is something that you're probably going to need, like, a series of treatments, probably like three. And, clearly I came back to New York, so I wasn't going to stay. And you have to space them out. So clearly, I didn't stay in South Korea to get more treatments. And people usually combine it with something else. Like they'll do it with thermage and, other treatments, they'll combine with it. Um, would I do it again? It's hard to say if I will do it again because it's not available in the US. In the US, what I would definitely do again is microneedling. As a matter of fact, I have an appointment with my dermatologist on Tuesday. I think I forgot to tell her that I wanted to do microneedling again. I don't think I'm going to do microneedling that day, only because I'm going up in there to give me some more filler. The eye mask did a lot for my under eye with the rejuvenating the skin, but I still want a little volume, just a little volume. I'm so hungry. I might have to start eating some chips in front of y'all, but I ain't gonna do that. So yeah. So what's it supposed to do? It like helps to rejuvenate the skin, promote collagen, like stimulate the skin cells. So it's like our skin is already doing the work to kind of rejuvenate itself. But as we get older, and then some people it might just be slower on average. As we get older, that process tends to slow down. So the skin's not looking as like, fresh and juicy as it once did. So this can help to rejuvenate it. Um, so yeah, I'm so hungry. Oh wait, I got grapes. Hold on, yo. I don't think grapes are as bad to eat. Grapes are as bad to eat as what you call it as chips, because they won't be so loud. You just gotta deal with me hearing the water being washed for a little bit. And I bet because Cat Williams probably see me getting up to get a snack, that means it's time for him to get a snack. Because he greedy like that. He be like, you be telling me I can't eat, Mom, but you be eating all the time. And I be like, do as I say, not as I do. No, there's a lot of ways. So there are, and we'll talk about this in the next section with what's the next section? Textured skin, because there's so many ways to do things. Salmon sperm is not the only thing to stimulate collagen. A lot of things stimulate collagen. Why am I thinking isopropyl alcohol? That's not what I want to say. My brain. I have such a great brain, but sometimes like, it takes a little while to find a file. What is the pure vitamin C called again? Pure vitamin. And when I see what this is, I'm gonna be like, girl, what? How you didn't remember that? And all my brain is picking up is isopropyl alcohol. Like, girl, no. L-ascorbic acid. I'm so annoying. L-ascorbic acid can help with to stimulate collagen. Retinoids help to stimulate collagen. Peptides can help stimulate collagen. Getting a treatment like microneedling can help stimulate collagen. There's so many things. There's like so many ways to go at it. Is it the only sperm that works? That I'm not sure. I know that they like the salmon DNA because their DNA is similar to ours. Wait, but I see y'all laughing. Are you being y'all being fresh? So that's PDRN. If you want to learn a little bit more, please check out my video. Victoria said, not gonna lie, your video pushed the line for me, and I decided when I go to Korea, I'm getting it. Let us know how it goes. All right, so now we're gonna talk about textured skin, and let me pull up because I'm trying to see exactly what the question was. Oh, and I gotta pick a winner for this giveaway. Actually, let me do that now before I forget. I prefer grapes to be room temperature. These came straight out the fridge. I be washing them with hot water. Ugh. All right. It's in a chewy box, but it's a bunch of skincare, makeup, and all kinds of stuff in here. Now, once a month, on the membership, this consistency club, which I think there should be a button somewhere, like around here, somewhere that says join. You can join the membership. We do skin challenges. As a matter of fact, I gotta think of what our challenges that we're doing this month. I think Miss Lynn had said something about drinking water some months ago, and I'm thinking that might be our challenge, like getting enough water. But then I was like, not everybody needs the same amount of water. I be overthinking things. So, but the getting enough water thing, I think is a good challenge because I want to do that too. um, Let me go on. So these giveaways are open to members. Um, and I put up a member only video where people got to, well, you didn't get to see what's inside. It's actually a surprise. And basically I put up the video, you leave a comment saying if you want to be entered. And we've got a lot of members in here who said that they wanted to be entered in. It's 7 comments, but like that's a lot of the people that's in the membership. Okay, I think that's like half of the membership. So let's see. I think I'm gonna do like so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there's 6 comments. I made a comment, so I made the 7th comment, so 6. So I'm gonna do the random number generator from 1 through 6, and see. Let me share my screen so that y'all can see what I'm doing. Share screen, random number generator. Okay, so we have from 1 through 6, and I probably should sort. Okay, the comments are already in order of when they were left. So, okay, I don't have to resort them. All right, 1 through 6. And the winner is 2, which is, share this tab instead. Thankful One. Thankful One 7753. So let me say, hey, boo, you won. Please DM me on IG or email me with your full name and email address so I can ship your products out. G at stellarbeauty.com or email me. Okay. And I'm a check, so don't nobody be emailing me talking about, I'm Thankful One. I'm a no. Okay. I'm all knowing and everything. All right. So textured skin. Now let me see what the exact comment was so that I make sure that I'm answering this. Posts. Okay. Some people are asking for fashion content. I am eventually going to do lives on the fashion channel. I just haven't started them up yet because I am taking like a summer hiatus, and I don't want to start like 1 or 2 lives on the fashion channel and then go on a long hiatus. So in the fall and definitely in the winter, we'll have lives on the fashion channel as well. Textured skin, is there a cure? Okay, so with textured skin, I'm gonna try to layer this from the bottom up to the top, like things that you can do. So with textured skin, Yes, there are things that you can do. I would say starting from a pure routine, skincare routine standpoint, that you want to definitely make sure that you are wearing sunscreen because the sun exposure can, make things accelerate. Things like texture can make it look worse, yada yada. The sun exposure is about like 89% of the signs of premature aging. So definitely want to make sure you have a good sunscreen that you like to wear, because then if you like to wear it, then you're going to keep wearing it. And then make sure you reapply. Like if you're going to be outside all day, make sure you reapply or whatever. Also, retinoids. Retinoids are really good with helping to smooth, SMOOTH, smooth the skin. Miss Lynn said, dang, that's what I get for always trying to be the first one in the comments. Listen, girl, there's a chance. Every month there's a chance. I already started putting stuff aside for June's box. So you never know. All right. So retinoids are also great with smoothing the skin. You can start with something like a retinol with an O. There's also retinol. There's things you can buy over the counter that can help. I personally prefer to just go to the tretinoin. Tretinoin does require a prescription though, so I like to use agency because I ain't gotta leave the house to go get it. I do have a dermatologist that I go to, and once upon a time, before agency was a thing, I did get my tretinoin through my derm. Agency, if you've watched couple videos on the channel. They've been a long time sponsor of the channel. Love them. But with agency, you can get custom prescription skincare, without having to leave the house. So you go in, you take a quiz, you send them pictures of your skin. A licensed dermatology provider looks it over, and they send you, they figure out what percentage of what actives they're going to put in your custom prescription skincare, and then you get this portal. Sorry, sometimes when I talk and look at comments, like I think of the comment and then I'm like, get off track from what I was saying. So I'm gonna try to not look at the chat until I'm done talking. So they have a portal. So like if you're like, oh my god, what do I use it with? What can I not use it with? When do I use it? All of this stuff is listed out. Because I know some of y'all like to go off don't even read the directions, just be using something and all wrong, mind you, and then be like, oh my god, this is everything. Did you follow the directions? Yeah, well. It's a monthly subscription, so you're something you can cancel at any time. I like it because the stuff comes in. You can follow up with any questions, all of that. Let me put thank you for that reminder, Mercedes. I meant to put that in here before the live, so I'll put it in the description. If you're gonna try agency, please use my code, my link. It is how we support the channel and my cat. That's how I feed my son. I gotta feed my baby. I gotta feed my son. What would you do if your son was at home crying all alone on the bedroom floor because he's hungry? And the only way to feed him is to, and I'm not sleeping with no man for a little bit of money and his daddy's good. Oh my god, let me put this in here. All right. So it is now in the description, so you can check it out. They also have an amazing dark spot formula that I do need to remind you about the Skin Journal. Yes, okay. Mercedes, you do be having my back. Thank you very much, because like I be so scattered brain. All right, so from a skincare standpoint, we'll recap: sunscreen, a retinoid, and I would also go as far as to say it's like an antioxidant serum, because an antioxidant serum is not going to all of a sudden give you smooth texture overnight. But what an antioxidant serum is going to do is protect you from the environmental damage during the day that can like make the texture look worse. So we're talking vitamin C is an antioxidant, resveratrol is an antioxidant. Green tea is an antioxidant. Niacinamide is an antioxidant. So it's not like you. I think you're saying that when the chewy box went missing. That's what Ava almost got hit. You remember that? You don't have to go all crazy with like, all right, I already have something in my routine. Now I need an antioxidant serum. You just look at your ingredients. Whatever you're using during the day might already have antioxidants in it. I'm trying to keep things as simplified as possible. Don't be putting all extra whole bunch of stuff in there. So from that, just that basic skincare and making sure that you moisturize, moisturizing is so important. It's crazy because I once knew someone who had lots of texture issues. And I'm the type of person, if you do not say it to me, I'm not bringing it up because I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. How I look, we having fun, and I'm like, you know what you could do for your skin? Like that's like, like that's not nice. But when she did say something about it, then that's when I'm like, oh, you can do da 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 da. So she said something, and I'm like, well, what are you using in your routine? She wasn't moisturizing. I was like, girl, you just wake up, wash your face, and then just raw dog your face to the world with no moisturizer on? Like, what are you doing? But she started using moisturizer, and then the immediate change in her skin. Like, I was like, girl, you got to put some moisturizer on and some sunscreen. But moisturizing is super important. Like, there's so many types of moisturizers, from gel creams all the way up to thick, creamy moisturizers, all the way up to things that are like super thick, almost like Vaseline, right? So moisturizing is super important. Now, that's just from your basic skincare routine. If you're like, okay, I'm not seeing a difference, I need a little bit more, that is when you need to see a professional. And I highly, 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 I can't even say I highly recommend. This is what you're supposed to do. You must research anyone who is doing anything with your skin. Now, I stopped saying who I go to because I was getting too many complaints. And I was like, all right, if you're going to complain, then I'll just keep it to myself because, like, come on. But highly, highly, highly research people before you let them touch your skin. We're in an internet age where you can find reviews. You might even go on TikTok and see if people have left videos about the person that you're thinking about seeing. So, do your due diligence. But unfortunately, I'm not telling you my people no more because too many people were complaining, and I'm like, this too much. Now, with a pro, if you go to an esthetician is probably, I do think that in certain circumstances, you need both an esthetician and a dermatologist. Dermatologists are great for like if you've got eczema, psoriasis, or like if you've gone to an esthetician and like you need a little bit more, because estheticians also do peels and certain skin services that resurface the skin. But because they're not licensed, there's certain things that they can't do. Like they can't do peels above a certain percentage because that's something that a doctor or a medical provider would have to do. But an esthetician is someone you would see more often than a dermatologist. So just by going into an esthetician and getting facials, maybe you do a hydrofacial, which is a treatment that helps with hydration, and it also helps with smoothing the skin. It's not a one and done kind of thing. These are things that you're going to need to do over time. Maybe a chemical peel. A lot of estheticians are not going to give you a chemical peel early on because they're being cautious and they want to learn your skin first before they then throw the chemical peel in your face. So a lot of times it'll be months before they'll give you a chemical peel. But that's also an option because what chemical peels do, which is going to eventually go into another topic that you guys wanted me to talk about with post-peel care. But a chemical peel, now, a lot of these things with skin sound crazy, right? And I don't mind explaining. And I think because we're such a niche group here within the channel where you guys, I think, probably watch videos more and you probably listen to me a little bit more, where you're not like as scared to hear the word chemical peel. But some people freak out and it's like, relax, sis, it sounds crazy. And then when I explain it even more, it might sound even crazier. But when you go to the right professional, you can have great results. So basically, a chemical peel uses a series of acids. Everyone can be different. It depends on what your skin needs and what your provider thinks that your skin can handle. Usually they'll start you off with something super like simple. They're not going to give you something that's, well, first of all, if you go into an esthetician, they're not licensed to be able to give you a very deep peel anyway. But they'll give you something that basically is going to, it's a controlled injury. A lot of things in skincare treatments are controlled injuries because you're basically like over exfoliating the first layer of skin so that you're what's the word? What's this? You quicken, you speed up the process where your skin is making new skin cells. So it's like you're shedding, it's shedding the layers of the skin faster than your skin normally would, so you can reveal that nice juicy skin. So chemical peels are another option. Then when you go towards like the more like the dermatologist, things like microneedling, deeper peels. There are deeper peels that can be used on darker skin, but you must go to someone who knows what they're doing with skin of color. They don't have to be black in order to know what to do with our skin, because there's some good non-black dermatologists and estheticians out there that that know everybody's skin as everyone should, but not everybody does. But you have to make sure you go to the right person, because you do not want to make the situation worse. Like, you're trying to improve your skin, you don't want to make it worse. I'm trying to think of what else. There are some lasers. There are some lasers out there, and yes, there are lasers that you can use for skin of color. One of them is PicoSure. PicoSure, I've used PicoSure before, but I used PicoSure to help, and it helped really well because my sideburns, I had discoloration going all down here where it looked like I had a natural contour line, and it faded it so well. There's a video on the PicoSure laser, but I've seen other creators get PicoSure and it helped with texture. I didn't have the texture issue, so I wasn't using it for the texture, but I had the discoloration issue. So yeah, so there's so many ways. So I'll recap what I just said. So basically, from a at-home standpoint, look into, make sure you're moisturizing your skin, an antioxidant serum or some sort of antioxidant. And you might already have antioxidants in. Check the ingredients and whatever you're using for the daytime. You might already have it in there, so you don't have to buy some extra product. Sunscreen, definitely. And at night, look into using a retinoid. Also, routine exfoliation. You don't want to exfoliate too much. I would say 1 to 2 times a week if you have dry skin, 1 to 3 times a week if you have oily skin. There's certain times of year where your skin might be a little bit more sensitive. Like, I was exfoliating way less in the winter because my skin was winter worn. It was like, oh, the winter was so bad. But gentle routine exfoliation also helps. And then if you're still like, damn, this is still not looking good, that's when you look into researching professionals where you can get routine facials, other treatments other than facial. So that could be like hydrofacial is a facial. But then there's like microneedling, chemical peels, and laser that can also greatly help improve skin texture. So there are things you can do. Now, are you going to go from all of a sudden rough texture to like, a smooth peach in like 2 days? No. Even with these professional treatments, you're going to need them over time. You need to space them out. You still need to be patient. I think a lot of times people think, oh, I got this professional treatment, I ain't got to do nothing. That couldn't be, further from the truth. You still need to do your at-home skincare routine to maintain your skin, So next on the agenda, post-peel skincare. So like I said, a chemical peel is a controlled injury. So your skin, not all peels are the same. Some of them you'll peel, some of them you may not peel. Some of them have very specific post-peel care. Some of them, you just, be careful or whatever. I would say the first thing you do is to make sure that you listen to your provider and pay attention to your specific post peel care instructions, because there are certain peels where you're doing the last step at home. Like sometimes they'll leave the peel on your face and you have to leave it on for a couple of hours, and then you rinse it off at home with whatever like products that they give you when you go to your provider. You definitely want to make sure you follow the directions, but some common sense common practices after getting a service like a chemical peel is you ain't gonna be using all your regular stuff. You ain't gonna be doing a whole bunch of exfoliating and whatnot, because the peel itself was such a great amount of exfoliation, and then like you're gonna put more. Like, girl, you ain't gonna have no skin left. You're just gonna be muscle and bone, just no skin. So chill, okay? Sunscreen, definitely you should be wearing sunscreen all the time anyway, but you definitely want to make sure that you are on it with the sunscreen after a peel. Sometimes certain peels, they'll give you a certain sunscreen to use. Like I remember, and there's a playlist on peels where I've gotten peels and other people have gotten peels, and they talked about it on the channel, so check that out. Because I remember getting peels. I don't remember which peel and what the afterwards was unless I look at my video. But there was one peel that I had that came with a mineral sunscreen to use afterwards, because sometimes your skin is sensitized, and even your regular products that you use all the time with no issue can all of a sudden start to feel like they sting and whatnot. So make sure you follow the directions. And one of the most important things is do not peel the skin off. Don't rip the skin off. I've seen people cut it with scissors. I wouldn't even do that. Okay? If it's really bad, I would call your provider and ask them what to do. Because don't go doing stuff that you've seen on the internet unless I told you to do it. No, but talk to your provider. Like, I feel like sometimes people are, I don't know if people are shy or if you're nervous or what it is, but ask these people 50 million questions. Like, you paying them for a service, they gotta give you the tea, okay? So don't be scared to be asking people for nothing. You as a person paid for your service. If you have questions, they should be answering it. And if they give you an attitude because you're asking questions, that's not the right provider for you, okay? Don't be scared. Make a list too, because I know sometimes it can be a little nerve-wracking, especially when you're in the dermatologist, because the dermatologist has booked like 7,000 people at the same time as you. So come with your book, and this is where I can remember finally. Hold on, y'all. I also need to figure out how to put the pictures of the book. Somebody had DM me and was like, "Oh, can you send? Do you have pictures of the book? I'm interested in getting it." I need to figure out how to put that on Amazon. So this is my Skin Consistency Diary. It's a hardcover book, and basically, it is a skincare diary. There's some information in the beginning, like stuff that I'm sorry, it's like blown out because of the light. Stuff that I say quite often. Move the light so it's not so blown out. There we go. Stuff that I say pretty often. But what's great about this, you get like a layering. Lord have mercy. You have like a layering chart in there. But what's great about this is that you can write in what you're using in your routine, morning, night. You circle the day and you put the week or whatever. It's basically like a skin diary. It's like, dear diary, this morning I put on moisturizer and I put on sunscreen and da-da-da-da-da. And then there's a reminder to use sunscreen daily. And there's like, it's like a bunch of pages in here. This is great to take with you when you're going to see your pros, because then like if they're like, well, what are you using in your skin? And if you're scatterbrained like me, you ain't gonna remember. Just bring your consistency diary so that so you can just give them the book and be like, here, or you just read it off to them. So there's a bunch of pages with this on it, and then there's some pages where you can put your favorite products. Like you can, basically you use this to monitor what your skin is doing. And I think what helps tremendously about writing things down is that you notice patterns that you might not notice if you didn't write it down. So, like, for instance, if you're like, wow, my skin has been looking kind of dull lately, and then you look in your diary and you're like, oh, that's because I exfoliated 4 times on Tuesday. Like, you're like, oh, okay. Or if you're like, wow, something is breaking my skin out, but I'm not quite sure what it is. And then you go to the book and you're like, oh, I used that, product B with product C when I usually use product B with product D. So that might have been what did it. So it's kind of like, keeping track of things. I think it's very beneficial. Let me put the link in. I wish there was a way that I can put automatic, because when I upload videos, like regular videos, all of my links that I you see how my brain is? All of my links that I talk about automatically come up, but on the lives they don't. So I kind of wish. Okay, but now it is in the description of this video. Very good, very good. All right, so we talked about post-peel. What's next? Rebound hyperpigmentation. There was a question. Let's see, where's the question? What was the question? Hold on, y'all. I just got to pull this up. Okay, post. Well, I spent a lot of time talking about Beyonce tonight. Because I'm like, oh, shoot, it's almost 9:30 already. This is the last thing we're going to talk about, and then we're going to get off of here. Okay, so Monica said she recently heard about rebound hyperpigmentation after using straight hydroquinone. Is this something to worry about? Okay, so the thing with rebound hyperpigmentation is that it is a rare occurrence. However, although it is a rare occurrence, it is like it's severe because it's hard to come back from that once you've done it. So, and one of the most severe forms of rebound hyperpigmentation is ochronosis. And let me show you what ochronosis looks like. Ochronosis. Skin. Ooh. Can y'all hear me wheezing? Oh God. All right. Share screen. Ochronosis. Okay, boom. This is what ochronosis looks like, y'all. Like it's like the graying, it's the thickening. It can look bluish on some people, it can look black on some people. But this can happen when you misuse hydroquinone for too long. Hydroquinone is amazing for especially for fading dark spots. Yeah, like Victoria said, can we get the lights? Oops. Can we get the lights up before it's time to go? Come on, y'all. So hydroquinone is amazing for hey Jay Holloway. Hydroquinone is amazing for fading dark spots. However, it's so amazing that, and it works quickly, that you should not be using it long term. Typically, you do 2 months on, 2 months off, 2 months on, 2 months off, or something along that lines. But I would, it's not something that you're going to be using straight off and off and often like that, because there is the rare occurrence. It's rare, but if you get it, it's a lot. And it can be very hard, sometimes almost impossible to come back from rebound hyperpigmentation like that, right? So this is one of the reasons why, like, we used to be able to go to the drugstore and get a container of a tube of AMB, or a lot of over-the-counter products had like 2% hydroquinone in it. I feel like 2% hydroquinone isn't horrible, but maybe people were really I still got to look into why they pulled hydroquinone from the over-the-counter market because I'm like, were people really hurting themselves like that, or is it because black people need it? But anyway, hydroquinone at 2%, it used to be sold over the counter, which can help. It's not helpful if you have older dark spots. I feel like you need a little bit more, like 4, and sometimes it can go up to 12%. But that's definitely something that you get through a licensed dermatology provider. So agency has that, but you could also go to your dermatologist and have them prescribe it for you. But the thing is, it needs to be done under the guidance of someone, a licensed dermatology provider, because that person's going to know, like, okay, this person has had 2 refills already. Let's switch up the ingredients on it so that we don't get to this state here with the rebound hyperpigmentation, and as an extreme version of it is ochranosis. Ochronosis. So it's rare, but it can happen. But basically, to avoid this, you have to follow your provider's directions. Like skincare, like if you want to, try a different, if you want to try sometimes you can't even try something as simple as a cleanser without reading directions, because sometimes cleansers have specific directions. Like if you're going to use a cleansing balm, typically you want to use that, or cleansing oil. Typically you need to use that on dry hands, because if you wet your hands and then go use a cleansing balm or a cleansing oil, it might not work that well because you're mixing oil with water when you need the oil to, rub into your skin so it breaks down the makeup. So directions are there for a reason, y'all. So please. And as Victoria said, I am wheezing. Please remember, you have to close the chat and hit the thumb. It's confusing because hitting the heart in the chat isn't a like. Oh, thank you. See, I didn't even realize that myself. Wow, that's crazy. YouTube needs to make that very easy and simple so we could get our likes and whatnot. All right, so hopefully you found tonight's live entertaining, educational, all of that. Let me see if I almost wasn't able to make it to tonight's chat because I had a beauty event to go to, but I didn't read the thing good. It was a Shea Moisture event. I didn't read the thing good. And it's a Black Girls Run event with Shea Moisture. And it's a physical activity event. And, obviously I like physical activity, but I went to the gym today and I'm going again tomorrow morning. And baby, I'm not trying to mess up my knees. So I wrote them. I was like, I'm so embarrassed that I didn't read this properly the first time. But I'm like, girl, I'm over 40. Not that being over 40 means that like all of a sudden you can't do anything. But like I'm like, like girl, it's gonna be too much for me. So I'm gonna have to see y'all another night. But let me see. Next week, Thursday, I don't have any events on the calendar yet. But if something changes, I'll of course let you know on the community post. But as of now, we got a date next week, Thursday, June 12th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Hey, Dr. Tachi. Okay, Yvette said she found it helpful. Thank you, Yvette. Jackie said educational as always. Thank you, Jackie. The like is the thumbs up. Thank you again, Mercedes. You there in spirit? Yeah, because I'm like, child, I can't. That's too much. And the way that Yasmin's workouts be putting me to sleep immediately after, I was like, ain't no way. Ain't no way. But thank you so much, Mercedes. I enjoy coming on here. You guys just make it amazing and fun to chat with. Hopefully perfect. Thank you, thankful one. Yes, email me so I can send out your prize. Oh yeah, email me so that way I can send it out. I should be able to send this out tomorrow. If not tomorrow, I'll send it out Saturday, because Saturday I have to go out again. But thank you, everyone. Good night. Good night, Monica. All right, y'all. See you next week, Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bye. Thank you, Jesse. Oh, Jamila, yes. Please catch the playback. Bye, y'all.